Good morning, students. We already see that Einstein photoelectric equation. Now we are going to see explanation for the photoelectric effect. Einstein photoelectric equation is mainly used to explain the experimental fact of photoelectric effect. First one, as each incident photon liberate an electron from the metal surface. If we are increasing the intensity of light means it is also increasing the number of electrons emitted from the metal surface. It is also increasing the photoelectric current. And the second point, kinetic energy maximum is always equal to h mu minus pi naught. That means the maximum kinetic energy is directly proportional to frequency and it is independent of intensity of light. And the third equation is nothing but, the third point, this equation is nothing but Einstein photoelectric equation. We already know that h mu is equal to h mu naught plus half mv square. So from the equation, there must be minimum energy for the incident photon to liberate the electron from the metal surface, below which the emission of electron is not possible. Correspondingly, if the incident photon having minimum frequency, that is called threshold frequency, below which the frequency there is no photoelectric emission. According to quantum concept, the transfer of photon energy to the electron is instantaneous. There is no time lag between that incident of radiation and the ejection of electron from the metal surface. Next we have see that nature of light, wave particle duality. We have already learned that the wave nature of light explain the phenomena such as interference, diffraction and polarization. The same thing, the particle nature of light, it is also explained the phenomenon that is the black body radiation and the photoelectric effect. Okay, so on that, light possesses the dual nature, that is of both particle and wave. It is also behave like a wave in some circumstance and it is also behave like a particle at some other circumstance. In other words, the light will be behave as a wave during the propagation. The light will be behave like a particle during the interaction with the matters. Here the wave nature and the quantum nature is complement to each other. Thank you. Next we are going to see photoelectric cells and their applications. Photoelectric cells, it is one of the device. It is mainly used to convert light energy into electrical energy. It is based on the principle of photoelectric effect. When the light is incident on the photosensitive material, their electrical properties will get affected, based on which photocells are classified into three types. First one, photoemissive cell, photovoltaic cell, photoconductive cell. Photoemissive cell, it works depending on that electron emission from the metal cathode due to the irradiation of light. And the second one, photovoltaic cell, it is the picture of photovoltaic cell. So it is made up of semiconductor. It is also one of the sensitive element. It is used to generate that voltage. That voltage is directly proportional to the intensity of light. Next we see that photoconductive cell. Here it is the picture of photoconductive cell. Here the resistance of the semiconductor changes in accordance with the radiant energy incident on it. Next we have see that photoemissive cell. So first we have see the construction of photoemissive cell. It is consist of evacuated glass or quartz bulb, which is also containing into the two metallic electrode. One is cathode and another one is anode. The cathode Cங்கிறத என்னன்னு சொல்கிறாங்கன்னா cathode. It is one of the semi-cylindrical in shape and it's also coated with the photosensitive material. And anode A is that thin rod or wire. It is kept along the same axis of செமி சிலிண்ட்ரிக்கல் மெட்டல் கேத்தோடு என்ன ஆக்சிஸில் இருக்கோ அதே ஆக்சிஸ்லேயே ஆனோடு ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. ஓகே, ஸோ அந்த பொட்டன்ஷியல் டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் இஸ் அப்ளைடு பிட்வீன் த கேத்தோட் அண்ட் த ஆனோட் த்ரூ தட் galvanometer. Okay, next we see that working of photoemissive cells. Here when the cathode is illuminated, one of the radiation and the electrons is emitted from the semi-cylindrical surface and the electrons are attracted by the anode. On that time the photocurrent is produced. Okay, the photocurrent is measured for using on that galvanometer. Here the galvanometer is marked by micrometer. ஓகே, இந்த மைக்ரோமீட்டர் ஸ்கேலில் மார்க் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க galvanometer. இந்த galvanometer யூஸ் பண்ணி தான் எவ்வளோ அமௌண்ட் ஆஃப் ஃபோட்டோ கரண்ட் அங்கே ப்ரொடியூஸ் ஆகிருக்கு அப்படிங்கிறத நம்ம மெஷர் பண்ண முடியும். ஓகே, ஸோ and then for a given cathode the magnitude of current also depending the intensity of incident radiation and the potential difference between the cathode and the anode. Next we are seeing that application of photocells. They are a plenty of application. Photocells having plenty of application. Mainly it is used for switches and then sensors. First one, automatic light. So the automatically the light will be turned on when it get dark. எந்தெந்த பிளேஸ்லாம் டார்க்காக இருக்கும் அந்த பிளேஸில் இந்த ஃபோட்டோ செல்ஸை யூஸ் பண்ணி ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக லைட்டை வந்து நம்மளால் என்ன பண்ண முடியும், ஆன் பண்ண முடியும். அண்ட் த நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் ஸ்ட்ரீட் லைட். ஸோ ஸ்ட்ரீட் லைட்லேயும் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலி ஆன் அண்ட் ஆஃப் for using on that photo cells. And the third one, the reproduction of sound in motion picture. It is also using for that photo cells. And the fourth one, the timer to measure the speed of athletes during the race. Okay, ஸோ அந்த ரேஸ்லலாம் அந்த ஸ்பீட் ஆஃப் அத்லெட்டை எவ்வளோ ஸ்பீடில் ஓடி இருக்காங்க அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு டைமர் செட் பண்ணுறதெல்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஃபார் யூஸிங் ஆன் த ஃபோட்டோ செல்ஸ். அந்த ஃபோட்டோ செல்ஸ் ஆஃப் the photocells of exposure meter in photography to measure the intensity of given light and also to calculate the exact time of exposure.